Well, again, I take this moment just to welcome you back here, that we may learn today how to make a database and a table in my phpMyadmin. Okay, phpMyadmin. So how do we do that quickly? I want us to launch. We have to launch our XAMPP control panel like that. So once that runs, these ones are automatically picking, so they are already up and running. So we will need to open Chrome, because we are using a browser. You can use any browser of your choice, but I love Chrome for one reason. It's quite stable. So once we have this, we will just come here and then type here local host, and then you have your thing here. I mean, we have our work here. So that's why, yes, now it is on a bigger screen. What we want to do, as I already told you, we want just to use phpMyadmin. Actually, it's called phpMyadmin in creating a database and that table. So quickly, we want to create that table of ours. But before you do that, you're gonna create a database. So click on that. It's loading. Once it is up, you begin designing your database. It is your database that will house your tables. A database cannot exist without the tables. So that is something that you really need to be aware. So this thing is up and running. I want us to create a table, but before that, you create a database. So you come here, just click on this, or better still, you can click here. And when you click on that, you can see it gives you the same thing. So I want to call my database university. Okay, university, and then I'll just create it here. Oh, right. So university, and then I need to create a table. So I mean, just create a table called student. And my table will have maybe 5 columns, whichever. So that is it. The first, I'm picking them because somehow I had defined them in another table. So that is, don't worry so much when you see me having these ones, but you need to type them for your case. All right, your study, like that. So what is the type of this? I want this to be an integer, and it's going to be auto increment. So it's going to auto increment. I'll check on this, but then I don't have to have it as primary. Probably I would want to have it as an index, so that if you define it to be just auto incrementing without giving it some definition as a key, it will actually bring an error and you will not be able to move. So this would be varchar. And this is my var character. I would want to give it a value of maybe 20 as an admission number. This one I chose to use 10 values. That is to say that I will have 1 with 10 zeros at the end of the day, will be the last record. And then I will want to change also this one to var character, and then this one also to var character. The same to this will be an integer. I will leave it at that. Then maybe take 4 values. This is define this one, so it is just stored them. Ideally you have to enter those values. So once that is done, my primary key, which is a unique identifier of the records in the database, would be this one here as a primary key. So I have to define that, and once I'm done, I can have a preview of SQL. But I want to save my work. You can have a preview of SQL. This is how it looks like. Create table, university, dot student. So this is a database, and this is a table. Then this is what we want to do. SNO, that is serial number, that is an integer, we are giving it a value of 10, and it's not null. That is now it's an index. Auto increment. Okay, you realize that all the attributes are not even, there's no comma separation, there's one continuous. Admission number var character, like that. So if you want to use the SQL bit, you can use that one, but I'm not gonna use that. So I'll save my work quickly, and there I have my table from the structure. That is where you can be able to see how your table looks like. And if you want to change it, you can modify your table. You can probably drop, when you drop, there's a difference between dropping and deleting, and I want you to also do your research to understand the difference between drop and deleting as used in databases. So probably you would want to change something, you want to edit, you can achieve that when using these icons. Okay, this is an icon and this is a textual representation of that particular icon. So for now, you don't really have anything here in terms of a record. So how do you then do that? You can insert a record just by coming here and click on insert. So the first field is not going to be typed. You just the value will be entered by the system. It will be auto generated by the system. Maybe student is called this is a student, like that, and we are saying that this student is also doing HRI quickly, like that, and then the year of study here is year 3, and then we just say go. So this way we have saved a record in our database. We can be able to see that if we come to browse. Okay, to come to browse, then you see that here you have your record. Now this record, you can see it is number 1. I could as well delete this record, as you can see from here. Okay, let me add another record so that you can see. This time around I just want to edit this one like this. Okay, let me do away with this, and then I want to try and enter the same value that was there. Okay, the student is Dominic Kimani, and we are saying that this is also doing HRI year 3. Okay, so let's go. Let's see. You can see there is an error. Okay, insert this one with the code is here. Duplicate entry for key. So that is to say that when you define a record to be a primary key, the system cannot allow duplicate values to exist in the same in a table. I think you did something on normalization of tables in SQL. Those are concepts that you need to borrow here. So the best we can be able to do to solve this problem is we come back here and change this probably to something like that, and then we try to go again. Now you see the record is already inserted. So to see that again, you come here and browse, and you can see now, as much as I did not post that record, the ID, the serial number, which was auto incremented, was generated, and so the system cannot be able to generate another similar. So for that particular trial that I did, so that, what does that tell you? That if you're going to do and have a number of fails, then your serial numbers are not going to be the same. There will be the system would generate and then skip, generate and skip, especially if you have errors. So you need to be very careful as you do your data entry. I would be of course doing how to connect this with a front-end page. We would need to develop a simple front-end page, and then we should be able to connect that to the database so that we can be able to have interaction between the web page or web application with the database for better understanding. And basically that is how you do it. You have your this is your database here. So On this panel of the page, you have databases, and then beside, beneath or below the database, you always have the table, and this is a table student. Like there is this. If you want to see if there is anything here, just click on this, and then you collapse. With minus, you collapse it. With plus, you see the drop down. So like you have this is school, database is called school, and the table here is student. Here the database is called university, the table is called student. There is no harm in terms of as long as these two databases are different, you can have similar table names, but in the same table you cannot have similar names. In the same database you cannot have similar names. And so we will be able to go around and about to look at how to do a number of things using this interface, but majorly we would be doing coding of PHP, and we would want to use PHP so much to handle a number of things, and we would also want to integrate that one with JavaScript, but you cannot do away with MySQL here. Thank you for having taking your time to be here. I wish you the very best as you proceed with your studies. Thank you. Have a good time.